Well, Gillian, we're live here now in Kansas. We're at the edge of the road. I really want to talk now about the mental aspect of this sport. What has Joe been going through?
Well, his greatest fear was always that after the heat and the altitude, he would get to Kansas and it would be a headwind. Because Joe's so light, obviously a headwind is much harder for him, and that's exactly what he's got. And, we often, and I've heard him say so much, that the purpose of the race is to dismantle the rider. And it is one thing to say that at a kitchen table, and it is another thing when you're watching it happen to your rider. And Joe's also my partner, so I'm watching it happen, and it doesn't happen suddenly. It happens over time, and of course every rider will struggle against that process, because who wants to be dismantled? It's horrible. And I think this morning on the side of the road in Kansas, the final dismantling occurred, and it was a terribly vulnerable moment for Joe, and it was a terribly vulnerable moment for the crew that were around him.
When Joe was at his lowest point, it's a good opportunity to build it back up again, and that's what we're doing.
That's what we're doing, and to finally be in that place of you're dismantled, you come to a place where the race is bigger than you. And it's a weird thing, because there's a freeing part of that. Tough only gets you so far, and Tough got Joe 1,400 or 1,500, 1,600 and whatever miles. And what's going to get him from here to the end is it's strange to say it, it's a vulnerability and a softness where we gather him back up. Speed doesn't matter right now. He has 100+ mile gap between the next competitor in his age category. So speed does not matter. What matters is forward. And when the race gets that big, if you can move forward, that is enough. So what we are doing is we're moving forward as best we can. And Joe is resilient and determined to just do the one thing he knows how to do, which is pedal the bike forward. We're not looking at average speeds anymore. We're looking at motion, and every pedal stroke is closer to home. It's hard.
Yeah, it's hard to watch. He seems to be coming around a bit.
Yes.
Definitely. Each one of us kind of spoke to him a little bit in private, and it seems to have brought him around.
Yes, I think he's in a place of surrender. This is suffering. It is hard, and he is suffering. But now that he's, as he said, and for Joe to say this, like, the equipment doesn't matter, the clothing doesn't matter, nothing matters. The only thing that matters is, can you or can you not ride the bike forward?
Yeah, well, there you go. There he's away there, as we can see.
So that there's a clarity and a simplicity, but oh my goodness, the process to get there, I've got to say, was harrowing. Beautiful and awesome and all of that things, but when it's happening to you, it's hard.
Joe once said to me that life itself is just a series of ups and downs.
It is.
And you just need to get to the end.
It is, and it really matters who you have around you, because when the toughness cracks and you're there by the side of the road and you are vulnerable, you want people around you that have compassion, that believe in you, that don't rush you, that don't manage you, but just hold the space for you to put yourself back together, because of course you're the only one that can do that. I can't move the bike forward for him. I want to, but I can't.
We all do.
Well, not in this heat. But to have people around you that believe in you, and no matter what Joe chooses is going to be okay with us, and he's choosing to keep going and move the bike forward, and he's choosing to still compete for that age category win, and we, of course, steadfast, loyal, fierce.
Lovely. Gillian, what we'll do is, for the rest, once we'll get caught up with Joe, myself and Mark, we'll try and go live. Guys, we'll read out your comments live to him. So, Gillian.
They matter. No, I'm just going to go get back in my crew.
All right,
Bye.
thank you very much. Bye.